Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. I'm Ru. 我是云云，云，草字头，然后下面有个云彩的云。So I hope that you are all doing well. My life has been a little bit busy, a little bit hectic recently. I feel like I always say that, but that's okay because right now we're just going to take a minute to sit down and relax and just chat a little bit. So as you can probably tell from the title of the video, I am very happy today to be sharing a little bit of my native language with you, which is Mandarin Chinese. Mandarin Chinese is 中文. In Chinese is 中文. And so I have prepared some very simple vocabulary to share with you to get you all maybe a bit familiarized with the language. If you do know the language, honestly feel free to comment any mistakes I make because while technically Chinese is my first language, I learned English when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. I do not have much formal education in Chinese at all. I went to preschool, kindergarten, and that's it. So my teachers taught me a little bit of schooling, but they mostly just helped keep me alive because I was a baby back then. And then from then on, I was in the US and Canada to do school in elementary school, middle school, and onward. So that's why I have mostly a North American accent. But yeah, it's very comforting to me still to be able to speak the language of my childhood that I still like to speak with my family and stuff. So without further ado, here are some basic words. I've also written some words that might be helpful for you if you guys ever travel to China or Taiwan, any of those areas that speak Mandarin Chinese. So here is the first word. You might have heard it before. It's 你好. 你好. See that? 你好. So these little accent marks here, just to note the direction that your voice goes. So something that goes up like that. Maybe, I think 你 standalone, which means you. 你 means you. It curves a little. But when you say it together like this, you say it more just like fluidly. So you say 你好. 你好. And that means hello. Hi. It's a pretty formal way of saying it, but you know, if you are on an airplane and like, I don't know, someone comes over the speakerphone, they might say 你好 to greet you. So another thing, excuse me, that will probably be very useful for you if you ever go to a Chinese speaking country is greeting is introducing yourself. So to say I am, as in I'm Ru, you would say 我叫. 我叫. 我. So your voice deepens a little bit. 叫. It's sharp. 我叫云云. I'm Ru is 我叫云云. So that's my Chinese name. It means Ru, like the little flower, the little plant. So another very common phrase that you'll probably hear is just thanks or thank you, and that's 谢谢. 谢谢. So it's kind of like an S. I know that it's written here in the, we call it pinyin, which is like the anglicization, but it's pronounced 谢谢. And so it's a bit sharp, it goes down a little. We call it 谢谢. So to thank someone, you say 谢谢 or simply 谢, but the more formal, maybe polite way is 谢谢. Have you guys noticed that, like, I know some East Asian countries, I feel like sometimes we do like a little head nod when we're like saying thank you or like yes. Like obviously we do nod our head like no and yes in North America, but I don't know, I just feel like it's more common in Asia. Let me know if you guys have ever noticed that too. So another very useful phrase is to say goodbye. So goodbye is 再见再见再见再见. So in order to say goodbye, you say 再见. You could also very simply just say bye bye. So if you say bye bye, then people will also understand that you are bidding them farewell. Although maybe in a very formal context, you would not say bye bye. You would say 再见. So some other common phrases. So if you want to say good morning to someone, you say 早. So maybe like in 再见 and 早, this consonant is not so common in like maybe English or French languages. It's almost, imagine making like a T-S. It's like 早. 早. I think this vowel here, ao, is also a little bit uncommon, like 你好, hello. 早, you really, it's deeper in your throat. Say 早, that means good morning. So yeah, you wake up, it's very common in the morning to just say 早 or 早安. Another phrase is good evening. So maybe if you book a reservation for a dinner, then someone might tell you good evening. So good evening is 晚上好. 晚上好. So this 晚上 is evening. You might recognize 好 from 你好. So 好 actually just means good. So when we say 你好, it's you, good. The direct translation is very strange, but 晚上好 is like similarly a greeting of just good evening. So yeah, I guess it's a little backwards compared to English and Chinese. So we say evening, good, 晚上好, 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 晚上好. Okay. So another kind of greeting that maybe if you have like a host, or like if you're just arriving at the airport, you might hear 欢迎, which is welcome. So like welcome to China. Yeah, that is 欢迎, 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 欢迎. 比如欢迎到中国, welcome to China. And 中国 is China. It means like Middle Kingdom, 中国. So 欢迎到中国 is like welcome to China. Then another kind of like farewell is kind of like saying take care. It's 慢走, 慢走, 慢走. Literally means like slow walk, 慢走, but it means, you know, if you're sending someone off and you want to say take care, safe travels, something like that, then you would say 慢走, 慢走. Okay, so that's all of the super basic phrases. I have a few phrases written here on little flashcards that might be more applicable to like everyday life, very useful while traveling. So of course the first one that I've written, actually let me do these backwards, is washroom or bathroom, restroom, toilets, WC, you get it. you gotta relieve yourself, you gotta pee. So if you want to say washroom, you can ask 洗手间. Well, you would really ask like 请问洗手间在哪? But if you are a foreigner and you just say the words 洗手间, 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 then they will point you in the direction of the washroom. 洗手间. 洗手间 is washroom. So, another word that is very useful is just to say, like, pardon, sorry, excuse me. I would say it's very similar to all of those phrases in English, and that is 不好意思. 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 So like if you are trying to get someone's attention, you can say like 不好意思 and then you ask them what you want, or like say that you bump into someone or step on their foot, you would say 不好意思. I've even heard like sometimes condolences, you might say 不好意思, but hopefully you are not in any situation that serious. But yeah, this is a very useful word to just like do like a quick oops, I'm sorry, or maybe get someone's attention. Is 不好意思. 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 So some other useful things for traveling, you might need to call for a taxi. So the, I guess, verb to call for a taxi is 打车. 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 So if you want to ask like where can I call for a taxi, it's been a while since I've like proper called for a taxi in China. I think you still just stand on the side of the road and go like this, but there's also a lot of apps like Didi, similar to Uber or Lyft. So honestly, this might be a bit outdated, 打车, but if you ever find yourself in a Chinese-speaking country, I might just find a rideshare app because that's very easy, and I'm sure that like there's options in English as well. So another super useful phrase for traveling is 地铁. So that is the subway. So subway travel is very common, especially in pretty much every Chinese city, like large Chinese city, if you're going to Shanghai, Nanjing, Beijing. So to say subway, that is 地铁. 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 So that's subway. Another phrase is hotel. So that is 酒店. 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 So that is hotel. Then you have, of course, the airport. So airport is, covering it a little bit, is 飞机场. 飞机场. So that's 飞机场. 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 So yeah, that's airport. And 飞机, so 飞 means to fly. It kind of looks like a bird, like a little hummingbird flying, you know? And 机 is like a machine. 场 is like a square or like big facility, something like that. So 飞机场 is airport, and 飞机 means airplane. 飞机 is airplane. So if you are at an airport, really any place where you're doing like touristy things. On a subway, you might have to buy tickets, or you will almost certainly have to buy tickets. So the verb for buy tickets is 买票买票买票买票买票 So this means to buy 买 and 票 means tickets 买票 Finally, the last thing that I have written here is to ask how much. So that you would say 多少多少多少多少多少多少 And that literally means, so 多 means like a lot, and 少 means a little. So kind of asking like a lot, a little, 多少 Sometimes, especially if you're going to like any sort of street vendors. So in China, there's a lot of small street vendors for clothing, food, you name it. It's more common than like, I don't know, Starbucks or Target, Walmart. They do have lots of those in China. KFC and Starbucks are, and Walmart, you know, all the big stores are pretty popular, but we still have a lot of small businesses who will likely, especially if you are a foreigner, try to upcharge you a little bit. So when you ask 多少, how much, and you don't like the price, then you can just go like this. You can say 可以低点吗? Like 低 means lower, 可以 means like can you do this? So 可以低点吗? Like this. And honestly, sometimes if I don't like the price for something, and it's not like food, usually if it's food, then they won't try to charge you anything crazy, but like if I'm looking at, I don't know, cute dress or something and I don't like the price, let's just say never mind and walk away, and sometimes they might change the price. So that's just a little tip. But anyway, yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed the video. I hope you all learned something. If anything, you can remember 你好, which is hello, and 再见, and 谢谢. 谢谢 is a huge one, to give thanks. So 谢谢 is thank you. So with that, 谢谢大家们. Bye everyone. Thank you, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.